When patch notes come out, it's very common to get hyperfixated on a couple of things and leave out some really good changes that we never pay attention to. And I don't know why many people have not been talking about this change other than the fact that we've been prioritizing some of these other changes that they're going to be making. So a quick little update of what's going on in the world of Apex Legends news here. So if you guys want to stay up to date with all things happening with daily update videos, and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into it. So along with some other big changes that they made for this new collection event patch notes, well, they actually added in Jumpmaster changes as well. And the Jumpmaster selection has been updated to make it less likely that you're now the Jumpmaster if you're under level 5 or you were the Jumpmaster in the last match, which I'm glad they decided to change that, considering that I always get stupid teammates that always get stuck with Jumpmaster, or I go AFK to go get some ramen noodles and I come back and I was Jumpmaster. Also, one of the biggest changes that we've been asking for a very long time, and if you're on PC, you definitely know what I'm talking about, these random stutters that have been happening to the game. Nobody can explain it. You could be on the best PC in the world, and for whatever reason, Apex just jumps and skips and stutters for whatever reason. And they did say that in this quality of life update, they did reduce the FPS stuttering. Hopefully that issue is finally now fixed. Now, what's weird when it comes to that issue is I had heard that it was also triggered by mouse and keyboard input. So I'm not sure if it's exclusive to that input or if it's also happening for you that play on controller. I just know it's definitely been happening more so on PC, but if you guys have been experiencing it on console, then of course let me know. It's also very interesting, and it seems like they're going to be changing this forever. Personally, I'm kind of a fan of this, but I might not be a fan of the direction that they seem to be taking it. Crowd Rindo had made mention that the heirloom that we're going to be getting, you know, this whole Cobalt Guitar artifact heirloom is going to be customizable, and unfortunately not this season. And of course we kind of expected that, but it definitely won't be free either. EA is definitely going to charge a bunch more money just to make the switch of the heirloom go from red to green, and honestly I'm not surprised. So it's one of those things where you got to own the base item first, then after you do that you can buy an even more expensive version of it just to change the color. And that's the part I definitely think EA is going too far. I think they're starting to charge too much for the heirlooms. I think they're starting to, and they were already charging too much for the heirlooms, but they're going even further now. And then to even charge like the same price or to go even a step further just for like a different color of the heirloom. We know that EA loves to reskin, but I do feel like this is too far. Now, what I do like that they're changing is it does seem like they are getting out of the old legend heirloom. Now, I know you may think, well, Miles, why would the world would you say that? We love Crypto's heirloom. We love Pathfinder's heirloom. It's unique to them. It's special to them. And sure, but not only does EA want you to buy an heirloom that you can use everywhere because they don't want you to give the excuse, well, I'm not a Pathfinder main, so I don't want to buy the Pathfinder heirloom. But even as a player, if I buy or randomly unlock something that I really like, I want to see it every single game. I don't want to have a situation where I can't see it because someone stole my legend. So it seems like legend heirlooms might be pretty gone for good. A lot of the legends that don't really have an heirloom for themselves right now are like the lowest pick rate legends anyways. I don't think that many people are begging for one. Maybe the Newcastle one, but other than that, I don't think so. Yeah, personally, I don't have a problem with Pathfinder carrying around Crypto's heirloom. As long as we pay our respects to Crypto and his lore behind the heirloom, and Pathfinder acknowledges that, maybe even some voice lines, then I'm cool with it. I just think in general, heirlooms are a really special part of Apex Legends, and to have those on every character that you would like, I think it's definitely the route that they're going to go, and it seems like that's what they're doing. And personally, I am a big fan of that change, just not a fan of how much they're starting to charge for it, and already wasn't a fan for how much they were costing before. I think once you have the base item, you should be able to get a discounted version for the new changed item, or maybe even like be able to spend legend I mean, they'll never use the legend tokens properly, but let's just be honest here. Charging 50% off for a lot of the recolors that they did in a previous heirloom recolor event, I was a fan of that. That was something they definitely should have done, but then they took it away because they wanted more money. Yeah, screw that. Also thought this was funny, and I'm sure Respawn saw it just 12 hours ago. A lot of likes on this one, by the way. People seem to definitely agree with what this user had to say. Dear Respawn, here's a list of the things that I don't want to freaking hear during a gunfight in game. My teammates' footsteps, gunshots 4,500 meters away, 400 irrelevant legend quips, insanely loud heirloom draw audio, and on and on and on and on and on. Here's the things that I would like to hear in a gunfight in game. Enemy footsteps in front of me, enemy footsteps beside me, when a horizon is in her queue and landing on top of my head, enemy footsteps behind me, when my attacker ult is off cooldown, enemy footsteps behind me, and enemy footsteps again. And I totally agree. We all seem to be in agreement that the audio is still screwed up in this game, and especially for footsteps. There's a lot of things that we hear that we don't need to hear, don't want to hear, and I honestly feel like that other games do a better job than this. I made mention in the past that one thing I really liked from League of Legends and Valorant is that the legends or champions actually made audio clips on the enemy team that you could hear when they were going into their ability, and I love that you can do that with Revenant as well. You really hear Revenant jumping across the map. I do want to hear those types of audios. If the audio itself is not going to work, then at least make the legends say that they're using that ability or something. We just need something that works and is actually more consistent. I know a lot of people have been saying that we need like an Operation Health. I kind of think we've already had something like that a couple seasons ago, but I know that Rainbow Six did that as well, and maybe fans really like something like that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below about the topics in today's video. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with what's going on in the world of Apex Legends news. And until the next time, we will see you all later, Gators.